Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So this week I'm using a kit from Labelled with Love. This is the Find Joy in the Ordinary kit. So if you want to see how this one all came together, then just keep watching. So I've been hoarding this kit from Labelled with Love for a while now. I think I bought it at Christmas. I have a feeling I bought it just after Christmas, or maybe with my Christmas. I'm not quite sure. But I've been hoarding it for ages and I really want to use it. So I'm going to jump in to start with the washi tape. What day am I back at work? There we go. So I'm going to put the thick washi. I'm going to put that on. I may trim this off just a little bit. So I'm going to put this one on Sunday and then just trim off the excess. Hold on. I might trim the excess first actually, just because I really want the flowers to be at the bottom. So I'm just pushing this really lightly onto my trimmer just so it doesn't lose all its stick when I cut it up. Just didn't quite come off there, and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll just put that right at the bottom. Just trim off the excess with scissors. Oh, that's so pretty. And then we'll put the skinny one on the other side. And the only reason that I'm, obviously, because I'm at work on Thursday, I kind of need a little bit more space, whereas on the bits and pieces is designed to be a little bit less in my head, and I don't mind if I use up a bit of Sunday because I'm working anyway. There's not going to be a gigantic list of things to do. Oops, don't want to cut my flap. There we go. Oh, they're such a pretty kit. I really have been hoarding this for far too long. Alright, so we're going to put the days of the week in because then I can work out around them. So we're just going to stick each of the days down. I've got to hope that this fits, which it does, so that's okay. I've already gone ahead and put all my public holiday ones all through. So I'm just making the downside, I guess, to putting your stickers in before you actually use, before you decorate the week, is that unfortunately sometimes they don't quite fit where you want them to. So my Labor Day sticker there, it's just a public holiday in Victoria, it's Labor Day. And that one comes from Cynamin Designs. So I'll just go ahead and put all of the days of the week in, but just before I do that I'll show you what I'm going to do. So there's also numbers here, so I'm just going to put them in as well. So Monday's the 12th. And I'm just going to put that on the side there, so that way each of the days still gets used. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick all of these in, and I'll be back in just a sec. So we've got all of those bits in. I need something to go at the top, but the problem is you only get one bit of washi with this kit. So I'm just having a look. Just before I forget, I just want to put in the little to-do thing so that that's there and ready to go. I might leave it. I don't know, I haven't decided. I'll come back to it. I'll think of something to put in there, I promise. Actually, here's an idea. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to cut this in half. Not half, but I'm just going to cut it a little bit. So I don't want it to be quite so wide. I don't want that sort of blank bit there. So I'm just going to trim off the blank bit. And then what I'm going to do is cut just where the hanging bits are. Just to get those bits out. I'm just going to make it so it's just a little bit thinner. So I've still got all the blue flowers. I'm going to put that down the side. So I've flipped it over. So the flowers look like they're hanging down, not growing up. Because I've got so little, I'm just trying to get it as close to the edge as I can. Oops, alright, we're going to have to move Labour Day. And probably the Monday, so I'm just going to be really gentle pulling these off. It's alright, I'll cover back up again in a sec. Whenever you use stickers like this and you have to reposition them, just be really gentle. A lot of them do have a little bit of give. Some of them don't. I'm feeling this Labour Day one's not going to be so kind to me. Oh no, she's coming off. It just depends on the kind of sticker you've got. If you start pulling it up and it honestly looks like it's going to do more damage, just leave it there. You're better off not damaging your page. But if you're lucky like I was then and it comes off generally pretty clean, then go for your life. Move stickers around. So I'm just rubbing off the excess glue because there's always just a little bit of residue left over. And then finishing pushing that one down. And then I'm going to put this at the top. And then we'll put Monday back in over the top of that. And I'm going to put Labour Day down next to it. Here we go. That looks better. I actually like the way that's come up. And then on the other side I'll use the other bit of washi. And sort of do the same thing, put it that way, cover up as much as I can and then put the box on the side. Ooh, just line that up perfectly without even trying. I'm just going to use the brown on the other side just to change up the colours a little bit. Right, we're going to put a bunch of boxes in here. So because I'm going on a bit of a road trip, before I do that actually, do I have any stickers that say day off? I don't think I do. I've got me time, fuel up, happy mail, not so much day off. So we're going to have these little flowers and that's going to signify my days off, so that's easy enough. Actually, yes, I am going to put it there, but I'm also going to grab, these are the old style kikki.K Nice Little stickers. These are, oh, I don't know how old, but I bought them off, I think I bought them off a D-stash sale a little while ago. I've loved the plain black ones and I love the gold ones, but I never got my hands on these ones, so I was really happy when they popped up in the sale. So I'm just grabbing the little car here. It's just a little blue one. Just going to put him next to the flower. And we do the same thing on Tuesday and Wednesday because Ryan and I are going on a little road trip. Just because we can. It's not very often that I get 2 days off work, so I'm taking advantage of it while I've got it. I don't have 3 of the same coloured car, so I'm using slightly different coloured cars each time. So you've got the light blue, the dark blue, and then they've got the big old navy blue, which we'll put on in a sec. Oops. That's more so I can write in what days, like, so obviously I know we're away, but also I want to write in where we are on the days. So I'm going to put that in afterwards. Now I'm going to write in road trip just underneath each of these. And then down the side, we're going to go back to the sort of box thing we were doing a little while ago. So down this side, I'm going to put my checkbox because I'm actually back at work, but then I'm going to put some of these other ones along the other side because we're probably not going to be writing in so much of what I'm doing. These ones are probably more just decorative. This is the only downside to putting in all my stickers. I love having them there because I get excited then, but the downside is I tend to sort of move them around a bit much and I feel bad. I'm going to put this quote one in that says find joy in the ordinary. Just lining that up on the side there. And then we'll put the 8 months back in between. If your stickers ever don't stick down sort of well the second time, you can always put glue tape on them and that'll generally fix the problem. Generally, not always. So then on the other side, I'm going to put a few more check boxes, especially down the bottom. I might actually put 2 down here. I'm going to put a little title on the top of each of them with these feathers. I'm going to make these actually have something on them. Actually exactly what I wanted. So we're going to put a to-do on one side. I'm just going to trim these a little bit so that they've got, you can see the feathers popping out behind them. And then the other one's going to say happy mail. That's just where I'll put all my expected mail. I'm really enjoying keeping track of that. Like, it sounds silly, but I like knowing what's coming. Just, I feel more organised when I know what's still coming. Then on the other side, I'm going to put a couple more boxes just down the side. I kind of feel weird just using the boxes, and I know it's not something I normally do, but kind of like the fact that it's covering everything up. That sticker's popping up a little bit, so I'm going to pull it off in a minute and send it back through my sticker maker. And then just in this space in between, I'm just going to put one of these ones. It's almost going to cover everything up, but that's okay. To remind me to actually plan out my days because I keep forgetting to. It's one thing to show you guys, which obviously I do when I do this, but sometimes I actually forget to plan. That sounds ridiculous, but I know what I'm talking about. So then we need to just put in my gym thing. So we're going to do our little workout time on, we'll be back to Thursday night. So I'm going to put that down there. Also going to stick in my scales, and I'm going to use one of my lime and mortar ones because I don't really have anything else. I could use my stamp, but I really want to stick with the blue. So I'm just going to grab this dark blue one. And it's just going to move to Thursday because unfortunately I won't be home Wednesday morning to weigh myself. So that'll have to go there. So I'm just going to fix that sticker. So I'm just grabbing my sticker maker. This is just my Xyron. I'm just going to run that through there. The hardest thing here is it will try and stick obviously to the bottom of your plastic. So you kind of have to push it right into the hole to get it to go. That's just an easy way to re-stick a sticker that you've removed. Just chuck it through your sticker maker, put some glue on the back of it. You can always fix it that way. So then we just need to put in a couple of little bits and pieces. That's all, everything in that needs to go in. I still have a few other bits and pieces to put in later. The last thing I need to do is my footy details because obviously I've left no room to do that. So I do want to put it on a bit of a flipper, I think. So I'm going to kind of make one from scratch, which I haven't done for a little while. So I've grabbed just a piece of plain white cardboard out of my drawer. This is just a scrap that I happen to have sort of hanging around, and I'm just going to cut it to a size that I'm happy with. I don't really mind how big it is. It needs to be a little bit skinnier than that though. I'm going to have it about that size. I think that'll work. I'm just going to make this into a tab. have the footy details sit that way just because that's my quiet part of the week, that's my full side of the week. So I'm just going to put my hole marks in first. Just while I've got my hole punch out, I'm just going to punch this hole as well, just because I know the sticker's taking up a bit of it. There we go. So it's going to sit there. And then we're just going to decorate this up. Kind of want to use that weekend sticker because I never use my weekend stickers. I just want to make sure it still fits in because at the moment it's just very obviously pale and I don't want it to be. I'm actually going to grab this sort of leftover bit of tape. It's got something stuck to it there. And just put it down the side. Then I'll cut out the holes again. I know I probably should have done that all at the same time, but oh well. You can either do that with the tab punch board or you can cut it out with scissors, whichever one you sort of feel like doing. I'm actually just going to do it with scissors. And because I don't have washi tape to put at the bottom, I'm going to grab some of these just plain blue ones. I just want to put it just along the bottom just to finish it off a little bit. It just looks to me a little bit, I don't know, I don't like the fact that there's nothing on the bottom. So then we can put in a label at the top, which then I can write footy details in. Whoops, pulled too hard. So I'm going to go ahead and write everything that I need in, and I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, so I've got my little flipper done. So just on that side, I just remembered when I was doing it that there's only AFLW this week because the JLT is over and the season starts next week, so this is our break. I do have sample stuff going on, but I remember that, plus I know exactly when they are. On the back, I've just done a couple more checklists just with a little bit of decoration on it, basically, just to move things to next week. I always have like a brain moment where I go, right, I need to remember to put that on next week, and then I forget. So I'm just chucking that one in there as well. I'm going to finish this off just with a, whoops, one of these stickers. Ryan's laughing at me. Not that one. I want to use this habit tracker. No, I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to use this habit tracker. I've been really enjoying tracking how many times I hit my activity rings on my Apple Watch. So I just wanted to put that in there. Also just going to chuck this little flag in here, just because I feel like it's missing something. It's ridiculous, I know. But that's it. That's my whole week. I love the way this has come together. I love the colours. Like, you guys knew I was always going to love blue. It's not as much a creative week this week. Like, I'll admit, this sort of feels like, not phoning it in or anything, but it just sort of feels a little bit more, everything's pre-packaged for me, which is why I tend to not use kits as often. That said, I really do like when I use them. It feels like everything fits, which is really, really nice. And I know I've got at least one more kit other than my Harry Potter kit that I am absolutely dying to use. So I will do a few more kit weeks in the next couple, not next couple of weeks, but next couple of months. There'll definitely be a couple more using the kits. So that is it for this video. I do hope you did enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you like using kits in your planner, or if you're more of a kind of grab what you've got and put something together kind of girl or boy. I'd love to hear how you use kits and which ones are your favorite, because I am starting to explore them just a little bit more. I'd also love to hear what your favorite road trip memories are, because I'm really looking forward to my little road trip with Ryan and Jet. Today I'll be on the road somewhere today, and I'd love to, when I get home, to be able to see other cool places that you've gone on a road trip. Leave them down below, or you can find them on any of my social medias. They're down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.